All right, all right.
All right. Hope day.
Happy Hump Day. What's happening, Ray?
Not much, man. How are you doing?
I'm doing great.
It
Um,
is.
Getting through the week. So much.
Oh,
There you go. Watching yourself again, Ray.
it's no. You know that get you now. You got the alert. When you hit the alert, it pops it pull up, full up. Does everybody know that? That's why you hit the alert. Just telling you, Tim.
Yeah. Well, I don't have YouTube open while we're doing the show, but it's okay.
Yeah, it's all good. How you doing,
I'm,
man?
I'm proud of you. Just
There you
getting one
go.
more viewer on our show. That's
I
I see
alert.
what you're
No
trying to do.
alert. I hit the alert. I alert. Hit that.
Yes,
All good,
like,
man.
share, subscribe, and hit the bell so you get notified, just like Ray does.
I do it myself, Tim.
That's
See?
the way to do it.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. So hey, let's get after this because we
Oh
got
yeah.
a quite a lineup here tonight.
Three
Uh,
queens.
Three queens, and these are early bids. But Tony, and I'll refresh this. Belgium 72.33,
Mm-hmm.
Brazil 78.78, the
Wow.
Phantom at 1,111 and 73.73 for Japan. Let's hit the
Wow.
refresh and learn about those princesses. Here we go. The first one, Japan, an archipelago with over 4,000 islands. I had no idea they had 4,000 islands. Stretching along the Pacific coast of East Asia, over 80% of its land is mountainous, and its hilly terrain includes over 100 active volcanoes, making up 10% of all active volcanoes in the world. Home to the oldest operating company in the world, Congo Gumi,
Mm.
established in 578.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Specializing in construction of temples and shrines.
Yes.
You think by now they would have filled it up with the temples and shrines. They still got business going on. Has has the highest density of vending machines in the world with 5 million vending machines all over. There's one vending machine for every 24 people. Items available include batteries, ramen, sake, umbrellas, flowers, you name it.
Yes.
They've all
Yeah,
got.
one of our most historic pictures in the military, Tim. The guys doing the flag, Iwo
Yeah,
Jima. Yeah,
yeah.
that's all in those islands. Yeah, I'm just saying. Yeah, they
I
were
got.
all trying to take those islands, man. All good, no worries.
Here's the updated prices. Tony has 850, 7233, 7878, all ones, and 7500. I guess that moved up just a little bit. Let's see what we got next. Brazil. Oh, this is a
Yeah,
big one for the
yeah.
World Cup, isn't it?
World World Cup favorite, Tim.
Yeah, the only country large enough in the world and perfectly situated to span the roughly 30 to 30 miles from the equator to the Tropic of Capricorn.
Mm,
Around 60% of the Amazon rainforest, the largest in the world, is in Brazil. It is sometimes called the lungs of Earth because of
mm,
the trees and the pump out of oxygen that help combat climate change. Love
yes,
that. The most successful country in the World Cup soccer with 5 wins in
five.
58, 62, 70, 94, and 2002.
Oh, they're due.
Second place in 50 and 1998, two third places. The only team also to have completed in every edition of the World Cup without absence for the need for playoffs.
Wow,
Nice.
it looks like they're due though.
A lot of,
2002.
well, they got all that oxygen down there
That's
pumping
right.
their athletes. It's
Where we at?
must be good.
Let's see. Are we close? Are we
I got
close?
another minute, 41
40.
seconds. Can I do it quick? I'm gonna
I
hit
don't know.
another refresh.
Try it afterwards. We don't want to,
No, I'm gonna rush Belgium. All right, I won't. I like Belgium. I lived there for a
I know
couple
you don't
months.
want to rust past Belgium. It's a
All
beautiful
right,
country. Beautiful country.
fast gas people. Here it
I'll go
is.
through. We'll go through the chat. That's see, go through the
All right,
chat. I'll
go
get
through
it.
the chat.
Looking forward. This SPU World Cup. It's coming up. We're gonna get some rules, how it plays, and all kinds of good stuff. Three princesses and Apex bees is a good one. Deja vu. That is right, George. We've had a. I know we've been waiting for Japan. We've called Japan many,
Right.
many times, right? But finally, let me hold up because we're about 5 seconds away. But we finally got our wish with Japan. It's nice.
Fast
Let's
gas.
see.
Here we go.
Ooh,
Oh,
9,000 for
868,
Japan. Woo! Look at Brazil. Oh, Brazil.
9,002. One, all the ones stayed the same. 8522. That's a bump, and 7501. Looks like
Wow.
somebody wanted
Somebody
to
cheeseheaded.
cheesehead somebody
Somebody
there.
out of
Got
one beat, honey.
a
That's a
little
tough
bit of
one.
action there, and 868, that was a creep up also.
That
But
is.
nice numbers, good stuff right there.
That is.
Very
Cappy
good.
Queen. Greetings, T Ray. Today's difficult. It is. There's a lot of favorites. Beautiful princesses up there. Excellent stuff. Yes, M2 Hat Girl. Yes, fun in the bees game. We're gonna be having fun moving forward. The bees are swarming onto Discord. Yes, they are, Steve. That's where it needs to be active over there. Everybody needs to welcome in all the new folks and people that are checking us out. Love seeing all those queens. Yes, man, I do, man. It's all the plans. Are there plans to use Princess Royal? Yes, there is, Matt. There is.
Well,
You should
cool.
we talk about it on the Discords at night. Princess and Royals are part of this soccer game. They're representing the bees, and will be heading to Qatar. Right? Cool stuff. Josh, hello to the bees. I'm stoked about this. Move up, get hyped. That's right, Josh. It is about time to have fun. Belgium. Oh, was that you, D Ray? Is that you? Did you cheese at somebody? That's nice. Good for you, man. Good for you. Excellent. Get ready for the bracket. I do.
There we go.
I think he's got 2 brackets coming out. So I mean, that's awesome to hear. That's how much interest, and that's just in our bees, right? And the bees for that bracket, what Dusty is doing, it's a side piece, and you pay 380 bee honey for a slot in that bracket. But Tim and I, we have a contest going on for what our show over in Twitter, right? It's streaming.
Yep, it's streaming. We're live right now on Twitter.
Yep, and we're not doing them tonight's. Just go back to Mondays. Well, I think Tim still has a link, and you just comment on there. You comment and just say, why are you a bee, and put the hashtag. What did we say?
We are the bees.
We are the bees. Sorry, that's right.
Sorry, that's why I'm here.
That's why you're here, Tim. We are the bees, and you have an opportunity to win a slot in that bracket. And then Friday, Tim and I are going to randomize all of those countries that are in the World Cup, and whatever one lands on the person that wins our contest is going to get a slot in that bracket. And if you win that bracket after I think the World Cup's like almost a month long, so sometimes mid-December we'll know the winner, and you will win a Princess Queen. Great prize.
That's a huge win. Yeah, that's a big prize.
That's a big prize. It really is, because that's a gift that keeps on giving, Tim.
Absolutely.
If anybody wants to know, princesses, royals, they take part in the tax. All the bees pay homage to the queens and pay taxes every time bee honey moves. Queens get paid. Even things in this auction that just happened, some of that went over to the treasury. Some also went to the honeypots, and if there was no honeypots bought today, that was burned. And then again, there's some taxes, right? It's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Great ecosystem we have
this
here.
Queen tax, that climbs fast. We're at 672. That's going to top. Before the end of this week, we're over 7.
I know. We could easily be at 1 million pretty soon. You know what I mean? It's nice to hear and nice to see, because again, as this ecosystem goes, you'll see bee honey is going to rise. And again, not financial advice. Both Tim and I own bees. I own bee honey. I own stuff. Right. This is the ecosystem that I'm a part of. And it's not just like I said, I'm not giving you financial advice. I just know a great decentralized project when I see it. And that's all I got to say about that. Great hashtags, my crypto adventures, hashtag SBUDAO, hashtag bee honey, hashtag APEXbees, hashtag blue chip NFTs. And we're heading that way. If you've been
that one.
Yep, there it is. That's the hashtag we're doing with the comments. But if you haven't been watching us on OpenSea, we're trending mightily. It fluctuates obviously every day. Some are minting out. Some projects, are kind of been building for a year and just steadily climbing like us. That's what we're doing. And we've been bouncing around from 40 to, 55, 60. It's just bouncing around in the mid range. But we just got started, Tim. We just got started.
Yeah.
Ali.
And not only just got started, but we are holding strong through all the miasma, all the crap that's going on out there in crypto land.
Big time.
We are, we've had a strong community to start. Everybody, strong holders, and everybody just trying to come together. And now we're through all the mess that's out there, right? All these little shoes dropping one after the other. We have not crashed and burned like a lot of other things. and now we're starting to see a steady climb, which is phenomenal. So,
Rising
you
from
know,
the ashes, Tim.
well, there's been no ashes for us, right? I
Oh,
mean,
not from us, but the
hiccup,
whole system. Because I get, like I
right?
said, we were talking about the other day. You get text, all this stuff, because people that are out in the
Yeah,
regular world, they don't really know. They don't really know. They
yeah.
hear all the news and how crypto is all it's done and it's over. Well, yes, all that exchange, all that garbage, all that centralized stuff, it is done. People are getting wrecked, and that's not what we're doing over here. We are decentralized. You really, really need to understand. And I know our community does. That's why we're over here having a good time. That's why we can laugh and get on those discords and talk about the good things that are happening. Just in the past 3 weeks, our project has doubled in value. Right? We went
Well,
from go ahead.
I'm going to interrupt
Yeah,
before you go off, and I know you're excited, but we didn't get to Belgium,
that's
and then
right.
I have a backup on that conversation, which will spark our little chat. So let me
Okay.
get to Belgium because I don't want to sell them short. I love Belgium. I spent time in Leuven, absolutely phenomenal place. Here we go. Belgium produces more than 220 tons of chocolate per year. There's a winner right
That's
there.
why you're there,
I
Tim.
could just stop. Um, I don't know the name of that. Or Brussels Airport is where chocolate is being sold the most in the world. On average, 1.6 kilograms of chocolate being sold per minute,
Wow.
pre-COVID, of course. Belgium computer scientist Robert Caliu, together with his English colleague Berners-Lee, invented the hypertext system for accessing documentation, which
Wow.
eventually led to the creation of the World Wide Web. How about that?
That is cool.
Take that, Al Gore. Uh, Belgians are crazy about football. Their football team is called the Red Devils, and the whole country colors wear red when there are any major football events. It's said that soccer is the only thing that can unite all Belgians amid differences. Yes, I
Yes.
was going to translate that. Football is actually soccer for the people watching from here in the States.
Yes. Absolutely.
But yeah, Belgium. I stayed for school around the corner from the Stella Artois factory,
Mm.
and the beers at the factory. That factory has its own bar, and the beers were 10 cents each.
Wow.
So yeah, I did a lot of quality control
Little
there.
quality. That's right.
While I
Yes.
was there.
Just
Good stuff.
welcome, Ali. Good to see you, brother. No, it's a beautiful country, man. You're right.
Yeah.
The bees are swarming. Yes, Will. 100%, man. JC, there you go. A lie uncorrected becomes a cancer. We are the cure. Absolutely, JC. And it is
There you go.
nacho keys, nacho crypto. That's a tagline we'll start putting on shirts the shirts everywhere. Good evening, everyone. Ariel, good to see you. And congrats. I know you got an APEXbee yesterday, so I'm happy for you. And like I said, it's fun getting involved with this auction. So I know Tim has some other things. It's his chart. There you go.
One more, just looking that he's just pointing out that all these averages are starting to dip, and the price of Bitcoin is well below them. So the only thing to do is go up from here. But we're not
Yeah.
giving financial advice.
Right.
But
Well, look at that other point.
you
What
know,
is that? 2015. Look at 2015, 2016.
right,
Couple times right there. Right. Just all
right.
up and yeah.
Scraping below these averages is a sign that you might head up like this. You don't know how long it's going to go flat, or underneath a little bit, but we're there.
Yeah.
We're there below that black line. So if it creeps along for I don't know how much longer, right? But when here they said crypto's dead, here they said crypto's dead, here they said crypto's dead. So right now, what is everybody saying? Crypto's dead, Bitcoin's gone, it's going down to zero, it's whatever. And yeah, this is the best deal you're going to get for a while, because look what happens every time it goes below the black line, for a little while, then it's just going to creep right up. And these are big numbers. This is from $1,000 down to this is probably 500, and then here it's at 10,000. So if you want to get in on that kind of a run, which is next, which is where we're at 15, where does it go from there?
Right.
Everybody calls, when it starts to go up and starts to go crazy, you're looking at 100,000, 250,000, and that's a
Yep.
run you don't want to miss out on.
But
But
and I know, like you said too, don't I know you're going to that video. I think that's what you're doing, right?
I will, and just got to put it on a special
All good. But
so
the
that
main thing is, yeah, they're doing all that. You do that. Don't do it on the centralized exchange. That's you're starting to see, and the contagion that's starting to spread. That's not where you want to hold. That's not where you want to be. And you'll hear with the, like I said, Tim has this guy who's just talking about it. You do not want to be on those. It's all of these sayings are not just slogans, right? Just like we talk about a trustless system, right? That's why you're over here in decentralized. Go ahead.
So this is him, Double M Crypto. He's one of the most popular crypto guys on Twitter. He's got a YouTube channel as well. Was dead broke and driving a taxi cab 5 or 6 years ago or whatever it was, and now very successful guy. But here it is straight from him, and then we'll talk about it.
Bitcoin and crypto prices. And yes, this is another emergency video here for Twitter. And if you want more of these ones, please like and retweet. We need to get this specific message here out to the world. Please support me on that mission and engage with this tweet. You all know what was happening throughout the last few days, even up to almost a week. What we have to understand is that FTX was doing something very similar to what banks are doing. You probably know that if you put $1,000 on a bank, that there were always some reserve requirements of whatever, 10% or something, and the bank has to keep just the 10% on the bank, and they can basically do with the $900 remaining almost everything they want. Now in March 2020, these reserve requirements were lowered to 0%. So now banks can take everything and can do whatever they want. And what, of course, should never ever happen is a bank run when people are going to the banks and withdrawing their cash, because if that happens, the system would collapse. This happened basically a little bit different, but basically that happened to FTX. And now the trust to exchanges is actually going lower, and more people are withdrawing their money, their crypto, from exchanges. For every exchange who is having reserve requirements of 100%, this should never ever be a problem. But who knows? All of these exchange funds, or most of these exchange funds, are actually not on chain. You can't really see it. So be very, very careful right now. No matter how trustworthy an exchange is, the safest way is to withdraw it on a hardware wallet. Dear ladies and gentlemen, I am myself partnered up with a lot of exchanges. This is some of them are my partners. But for me, community goes always first. And I want to tell you right now, withdrawing your cash, getting self-custody over it, over the crypto, is very, very important, guys. Okay? Keep on an exchange what you are, number one, afford to lose, and number two, what you need there. This is my message for today. Like and retweet. I'm going to upload a YouTube video very, very shortly. Make sure you check it.
There you go. So we've said that, you've said that before, and we can't say it enough. Not your keys, not your crypto. So, we're not the only ones out there saying this kind of thing. You have to be in control of everything you have. And by, I tell you, bring out a certain point that I like that doesn't always get shared. People think that when they put it on a hardware wallet, it's no longer on the blockchain. It is still on the blockchain. People, it's still there for everyone to see that it exists. But what it does when you put it in the hardware wallet, that hard wallet, is that it locks it up and no one can steal it, move it, change it unless you open that hardware wallet. And when you keep that separate, it's bringing those keys offline, right? So the centralized services, they can move Bitcoin in and around in their, they say, oh, Tim Judge got 1,000 Bitcoin. Let's just, use that as collateral for us to go and do different things. And that's what, SBF kind of did. They supposedly said they had $1.4 billion in Bitcoin and didn't have any of it. So, they used it as leverage, or the thought of it as leverage for other things. But when you lock it up in a hardware wallet, and when you lock it through that hardware wallet, nobody's moving it around, nobody's using it without your permission. So that's the most important thing.
It's just another layer of security, everybody. I mean,
right.
you can't move it without putting that the code in, and that's what that thing is. And again, people also think, like you're talking about, that it lives on there. It's not on that device. It's not like it when you unplug it. Now you went and put it in your safe, or you put it in a bank safety deposit box. It's not on that device. So if you lost that device, now all your money's gone. It's just another access point, like another gate, and everything is on the Ethereum blockchain, or even MetaMask. MetaMask is just a user interface. So you can look into it's a window. So you can look at the Ethereum blockchain, and you know, without coding, without knowing all the, you know, developer type language, you can do it. And that's what they make. That's just a user interface. When you hear people say UI, that's what a UI is. It's a user interface, so you can look at the Ethereum blockchain. That's where everything lives, everybody. And that's the whole point, is on these centralized exchanges. That is not a blockchain. That is sitting in someone's account, right? That they have the keys. Sam Bankman-Fried, scam man, right? He had the keys to everybody's money. He did. Everybody gave it over to him. Even what they, like guy was talking about too, the bank runs, fractional reserve banking. You can look up all these things. This isn't some kind of wild thing. Like this has happened in Argentina. This just happened in Venezuela. When people all go to the bank at one time, they don't have your money. I promise you, right? So this isn't just some, oh, crypto. Oh my goodness, right? If everybody did this to their community bank right around in your neighborhood, your bank, it would be over. It would be over for that bank.
Ray, we're coming up on the season where the example is shown to everyone every year with It's a Wonderful Life, right? And the Bailey Building and Loan.
Yep.
And she comes in with their honeymoon money, $2,000.
That's right. That's
so yeah, I mean that's what happened. Everybody shows up and says, I need my kid. And one guy's like, I want it all. He goes, no, you don't want it all. You don't need that. Just come back next week and get some more. And you know, some people wanted it all, and other people, forget what her name was, wanted, I don't know, $1,650.
Yeah.
And he gave her a kiss. Anyway, I'll be watching that one starting Thanksgiving. I'll probably see it a couple times. One of my favorites.
It is a good one.
But yeah, I mean that's the system out there, and you know, old man Potter was buying. But we'll bring that. We'll do movie reviews next month.
It is, but I mean, it's like I said, we were just talking about. It's just not some contagion that's something that just a crypto, right? Hi, Susie. But yeah, it's not just that, everybody. I mean, this is just financial system, right? And again, that's what we're dealing with. We are all trying to build a new financial system, right? And that old way is horrible, and it's controlled, and you don't own anything, right? When you give it over to the batch, why we laugh with all that, you know, they're over there making and using your money in 5 different ways when you deposit it. That's why we used to talk about what we were doing in DeFi. We were literally using it in several different ways. That's why you could compound your money. But guess who got to keep it all? We did.
Right.
We were keeping all. We were taking, you know, all the different tokens, and we got to keep them. It's not like a big chunk of percent, and that's probably really why, you know, obviously these centralized places and banks, they're not liking this. You know, you're the one taking money away from them. Right. And you'll see, I mean, that is what everybody's going to start, you know, hopefully understanding. But I also get that people are going to be comfortable staying in that controlled system. I mean, it's going to be nice and easy. They're going to rub your belly, give you a 0.5% or whatever. And they're going to make it nice and easy for you to get in and out of crypto. And they'll hold your Bitcoin. They'll create some central bank digital currency. You can use that. But there are going to be a big, nice majority of us over here that are going to be we're going to have custody of our own assets. We're going to do great things. Like I said, with this, what we are with the bees, I don't think, again, I always say this, I don't think you realize what we have here. I mean, if you really step back and look, we are the first real Web3 project. And if you don't understand that is true as it gets. The apes are not a Web3. There's so many people out there that are talking about this Web3 and this big utopia, but we're the only ones doing it, right? You own everything that you own is in the bees. That token, it's in your bee. Everything, when we minted out, it all went back to the bees.
Right.
There's nothing held from anybody in our community. Everything that we have and built here is all throughout the community. There is nobody that, like the devs, they didn't, you know, get some side pot like we've always talked about with the token launches that we've done. We never did a marketing team or the founder team or this or that. There's never been that in our community. And a lot of people are spoiled, and I'm not saying in a bad way, but you don't know what it is like out there. Because that's what I'm going to show. I think I'll jump over there now. This is what people that didn't know. All these people that didn't know. Look at this. Tom Brady, Steph Curry, Shaq, Naomi Osaka, all of these celebrities that were pumping this stupid FTX, they're getting sued. Right? They're getting sued. because they didn't know any better. So you really got to understand decentralized, centralized. You're going to keep getting wrecked over there. And that's not, you don't know when it's going to happen. You don't know how it's going to happen. This contagion, we're still going to probably have to deal with it. But none of our assets are anywhere other than I have the keys for me. I don't have to worry about any of this craziness other than it's going to make the price and the value probably go down. But I'll scoop up some more at a sale price as well. But people don't understand what's going on here. And you need, this is enough of this stuff. When we talk about do your own research, if you're going to be in this space, you better know what's going on. And that's why we keep talking and doing this. Some are not taking this serious, right? I mean, this is not going to be, Austin makes fun about skipping through the daisies. You're not going to skip through the daisies and start going up against banks and financial institutions. It's not going to be easy, right? This is an ownership economy, and you better take ownership of what we're doing here, right? This isn't just looking at, we're fine that I'm glad we do videos and all, but it's not just looking towards us that, oh, they'll take care of it. You are the owner of your assets. Go make something for it, right? Go talk about it to somebody. Go introduce somebody to what the difference is when they're asking you, oh, hey, I'm sorry. I'm sorry you lost everything with FTX. And you're like, what are you talking about? I'm not there. So just take these opportunities and explain this to people, right? It's Vince, he's so funny. Say it like I do, Vince. That's right. And I know you do too, Vince. And I mean, all the time that you spend writing and trying to educate, we really do need to take this seriously. This is no joke. People have seriously been wrecked. And I mean millions and millions and millions of dollars. And this is not what we have here. We're all good. We're secure. But again, you have to have them written down. Don't ever put your keys on some desktop that you took a snapshot with. Right. Don't do it on your phone and take a snapshot. That's why we talk about don't clicking on a link. If you click on a link and it just has some spyware, that thing will search through your whole computer until it finds those keys. And that's how you get your stuff stolen, right? It's not the blockchain that's getting hacked. It's people. People are being careless and not doing what needs to be done here. Again, it's every time it's been the person's fault. The MetaMask has never been hacked. Ledger never been hacked. People hear about Mt. Gox and Bitcoin. It was never hacked. It was a centralized exchange, centralized place where everybody put their passwords and everything. That got hacked, and then they took everybody's passwords and took their Bitcoin. So everything's fine here. It's just people are, they just don't know. And that's our whole idea. We need to take it serious, educate people, help them, and get them off of these exchanges. What do we always see behind Richie? Enough is enough. How many times are you going to keep getting wrecked? How many times are you going to keep doing that? And then you start seeing the web of disgustingness of that was going around. Circular. You want to see it talk about a circular economy?
Yeah.
That's not the quantum circular economics that Vince and Richie are talking. So just craziness. I mean, it's just, that's how it is. That's how the world, it's been running like that, everybody. And that's why we're all about, like I said, you taking care of yourself, and you're able to get, I'm not joking. That is, I love it. I love it. Will
figures Cheesehead would figure that one out.
He would.
Nacho keys.
Sign it Taco Bell. That would be a nice Taco Bell, like a taco, or maybe one of them salad bowls. All good. We are the bees. That's right, Mauricia. Right on. I can attest to that. Oh, so yeah, wasn't trying to rub anything, but he did. He got, but awesome again. Our developers helped get and recover some stuff. Right. So again, we are in a beautiful community with a lot of good, caring people. Another thing, just as a community itself, we all need to take part in what we're doing here. We need to get it. It's exciting, right? I mean, I know what's happening now isn't, but for us, we got a great story to tell. We got a great thing to talk about. In 3 weeks, we just doubled, what the value of our bees were.
Right.
And that's excellent. And that's all we did. Just start talking about what we really are. The development is all done. This is a DAO with a DeFi project. And that is amazing. There's no other NFT project that can say that. This is truly decentralized. And like when you look at the Bored Apes, Yuga Labs owns the apes. They have
Right.
it's a group of people. Now everybody has their own NFT and does their little
and they own the cyberpunks too.
right. And the crypto punks.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's what I meant. CryptoPunks. Yeah.
Right. So that's what you got to understand. There's a small group, and I'm nothing against it. Listen, good for the apes. It's worked for them, right? But that small group that's going making deals with Adidas, right? They're going to get the bulk of it. Certainly isn't you.
Right.
That's the difference here. When we all make deals and we start doing this and we start acting like owners, when we start to be the owners of what this is, all of it, it all flows out to the entire ecosystem. Everybody, not Yuga Labs, not SBU Labs. SBU Labs works for the DAO, right? It's like I said, it's crazy what we have going on here, and start, like I said, getting excited. This is exciting, man. We are the antithesis of all of that crap that we just saw with that scam Bankman guy.
Yeah.
What's the term of insanity? Like, what is it?
Doing the same thing over and over. The definition of insanity.
Yes, it is. It is. So good times, man. But we're gonna jump over to, after this, we're gonna jump over to Discord. And I would like everybody, let's start having conversations. What happened today? Did you talk to your son-in-law or maybe your sister? She call you up and maybe ask you, hey, what happened? What was up with that? FTX, you guys, did you get wrecked with that? Whatever. There's conversations that are happening all the time. And when we're over there, it doesn't just have to be one talk, right? One person up there, everybody's listening to. That's not what this is. We are a community of owners. This is the ownership economy. And we need to understand that. It takes all of us. It's a great community. A lot of new people are coming in. You want to welcome them. You want to tell them any little bit that you know. You don't have to know the whole thing of what one bee honey moves, this does that. But what you need to tell them. Even if it's something like, hey, you know what? When I first got in here, I went to Discord and I had a question about MetaMask. And immediately within about 2 minutes, I got an answer. That's all the stuff that you got to tell. Tell your story, everybody. Get involved, right? Tell your story. That's all people want to hear. That's what it is, right? But good to go.
Good to go. And just so people can find it, I'm going to put my link to the Discord in there. Let's put one up there. So if you hit this link, you'll be in the Web3 Discord. You can join us. We play games in there. We talk. We're having good conversations all night long tonight. Last night we were in there playing poker and talking NFTs while we were doing both. And we'll do that again tomorrow. Tomorrow night is another poker night. We'll have some fun with that. And then we'll be spinning the wheel on Friday night. So there's always stuff going on, and there's always an opportunity for people to raise their hand and ask any question they want. We know that there's every level from crypto experts to newbies, meaning they have zero experience and or don't even have an NFT yet. And we don't mind. No one ever minds asking new questions or answering new questions. So
yeah,
ask away. Come on in and join us.
Right on.
It's all good.
Yep. But there are big moves happening. What that guy just said, you can see it on chain. You can see people are moving from DeFi, from centralized to the decentralized, to DEXs, right? And and listen, it doesn't always mean that the DEXs are the way to go. You want to be in your decentralized wallet, but sometimes smart contracts can be exploited. The whole idea, this whole thing is doing your own research. And I'm gonna go way back to Reagan. Trust but verify. Understand what you're doing, right? But you have to trust and understand what. That's why I'm where I'm at. Mm-hmm. I trust these people, and I've seen over and over again nothing but good things from these people, right?
Right.
And I'm not going. I've never seen that anywhere else. I've owned my business for several years, and I've never seen this in business. So people take care of people. That's very rare. So I have no other reason but to trust, seeing how everything's operated, seeing myself. I went over and helped the owners of projects get their family members ready to buy their own token, right? That's all I've ever seen here.
Right.
So you're starting to see it. All these people are moving from these centralized things and moving into the decentralized. And another thing, I get a lot of follow-up. You get calls of people that maybe got in with you and are kind of, I guess I know you can freak out, right? But if you can't stomach the volatility in crypto, if you can't do that, and I've always told people, don't overextend, don't ever do that. I also usually tell people just, hey, if you're not going to be into it, just put it in there, your crypto wallet, and take a look at it in a couple of years. It'd be good to go. But if you can't stomach the volatility, then you don't deserve the outperformance and all the huge gains. This is a very volatile space. And these things, this is continuing to happen. This is not some kind of weird thing that's never happened before. We've seen it in 2017 with the ICOs, all of those crazy, hypey launches. This happened before, just like these NFTs. You're starting to see that peter out of all the hype and all that garbage. It happened. Everybody knows there's money to be gained here. And they all that scam, all that garbage comes out, everybody. So, we just kept our head down and kept building, right? So it's a good thing. You're in a good place. Tell other people about it and get excited when we're all in a group. You know what you need? Like I said, when we're in Discord, you need everybody. Oh yeah, you need people talking over people, right? Think of it when people are new to come in that Discord and they're like, just got this one person, and he's explaining. You need what? No, did you? No, I talked to no, but we did this over here. You need people excited, like a part. It's fun, right? There's a lot of stuff going on here, and know it. Be a part of it. It's great. You start seeing it doubling, and there we go. Go ahead. I know you got something.
Well, I'm just going to. Robin's going to come in with a question, and then Das is saying that he's going to. If he smashes it again, it'll turn it off, so he doesn't want to hit the like button too much. But no. What happens in the Discord, it's a gathering space of like-minded people. It is not a corporate meeting, where everybody gets 2 minutes to talk or whatever, and or if you're not talking about the same thing, we don't want to hear about it. There's a lot of, like I said last night, we were playing poker, and so I had one ear in the poker game, one ear in the chat, and tried to get in when sharing links and doing stuff while I'm playing a game. It's people just hanging out with like-minded ideas. So, don't be afraid to chime in or talk about anything. Or if somebody's answering a question, you say, I still don't get it. People do that. I still don't get it. And, and it's a very welcoming place. The only other thing I'll add, Ray, is that we've been on 99% of the nights for the last year and a half. I mean, we show up every bad turn that happened outside crypto and everything like that. We've been here, on YouTube for little shows, bringing in guests from the outside, talking about different projects that were coming about inside our ecosystem. And we've always been here, and open and ready and willing to answer questions. So, I mean, we're not going anywhere, and and we're very accessible and always around. So, that's it. Sometimes people think we get bored of answering the same question or whatever it is. It's not true. Don't get me wrong. I've had bad days and stuff like that, but the help and sincerity behind everybody inside the project cannot be denied. Just everybody's there for everybody. So just gonna leave that out there, but come on into the Discord and have some fun. And right now we're starting up these games, and it's going to be nothing but fun, and just talking about good things that we can do and fun that we can have inside this space, whether it's playing poker or spinning the wheel and trying to get into the brackets and watching soccer, talking soccer, or whatever you want to talk about, or what we're going to do next after the soccer game. Bring it up. Talk about it. If you got an idea, we want to hear about a different game, how we can spin things differently. We're here to have fun, and because it's a journey. Like you said, we're not here to go to the moon tomorrow. This is a process that we're in it for the long haul. So we want to have fun while we're doing it. So,
And any of these comments help afterwards too. You put it in the comment section or your questions. I know we're going to talk over in Discord, Robin, but the comments in after the show, not over here in the chat, because this goes away. I know people can read it while we're going.
Yeah.
But the comments in the YouTube help, and they'll always be there. You know, and you can put hashtags. That's why
Yeah.
My Crypto Adventures puts those hashtags up there. You know, you go in and drop those hashtags and just had some comment, hey, thanks guys, or hey, this what is a MetaMask, whatever. You do stuff like that, it helps. But appreciate everybody. Like I said, I was just,
when after the show, if you have a question like that, or if sometimes I make it, a full day ahead of time to announce these shows, but you see that we talk about this auction that comes up. It only comes up now, so sometimes I make them tonight before I go to sleep, but other times I make them in the morning. But if you see a show coming up and you have a question you want addressed on the show before the show, you can type it in the comment section, and we get alerted to those. So we'll try and answer them up for you. So you can comment anytime you see a video. And of course, any past videos or anything, we have how-tos on how to get in and out of MetaMask, how to get your on-ramp and off-ramp, what you want to do. Look those up on YouTube, and then ask more questions if you need more clarity.
Right on.
Beautiful.
Appreciate everybody.
All right, so we're headed over to the Discord. Let me put this one up again. There's the Discord link. It's right there in the chat. If you don't have it, check it out. Hit it up.
Tim's getting credit. Great show. Thank you, Dan. Appreciate you. Yes, and thank you again. Absolutely, Will. Thank you. And yes, you got the link. There you go, Tim.
There you go. Have at it, people. I'll see you over there. Right, right?
Yep.
Very
right
good.
on. See you.